afternoon, Gurn. Thank you so much for joining us on this special broadcast. Joining me right now is the Kerala Health Minister, KK Shailaja, with us, taking time out of a busy schedule in the middle of meetings to give us an insight into how is the state of Kerala dealing and battling coronavirus and how are they able to defeat it so far. Ms. Shailaja, thank you so much for speaking with me. Let me first begin by asking you, Kerala was one of the first states to get hit by corona, and suddenly there were a large number of cases that were being reported. What worked in terms of strategy? Was it more on isolation, more about testing? What worked for Kerala?
Yes, we have a very good preparedness from the beginning itself. When the Wuhan case occurred, when the cases reported in Wuhan, at that time onwards, we are taking our preparedness and our precautions here. And before they come from Wuhan, we started our preparational work. We formed our state control room and 18 expert groups having different kinds of activities. We started our all of our preparedness. We prepared our protocol and also the guidelines and standard operating practices, etc. And we give awareness to our 14 districts that some kind of virus is spreading in China, and there are so many Malayali students studying there, and they will definitely come back, and they may be carrier of virus, and we should have to be very cautious about this thing. And we started every preparation as we expected. Students from Wuhan came back on this January 1st, January 3rd week, and we got some positive cases from Wuhan returnees. And at that time, we prepared very well, and we screened them from the airport itself. And the symptomatic cases we sent to our hospital isolation, and other cases we sent to home quarantine. And we got 3 positive cases. When the result came, all the 3 patients were in our hospital isolation, and from them, no other persons got this coronavirus. That first part is a very good victory for our preparedness and planning, and we yielded a very good result. But at the time, we saw that the virus is spreading throughout the world, and at last, WHO declared it a pandemic, and we want to strengthen all our preparedness again. And we started, and in the airport, we never withdraw our airport surveillance scheme squad. They were working there continuously, and from Italy, cases came here. One case missed from the airport because they didn't reveal the identity, and from that family, the other persons also get virus, and contact cases occur. That became a cluster, and we tried best to prevent the community spreading. We at once traced the contact and isolated all the contact persons, and we started these isolation wards properly. That way, we prevent the community spreading in that Italy case also. And with the vigorous attention in each and every district, we give training to all the doctors, even in the periphery primary health center doctors also, whether any case of the symptoms, sore throat or minor symptoms like fever, etc., came to their hospital. They are testing whether they have any travel history or not. They are inquiring. That way, we find out all the cases here. And some peoples returned from Gulf countries here. And at that time also, we find out where and where they came, and very good home quarantine and symptomatic cases in the hospital isolation. On the part of test, we also conducted in a good manner. We tested more than 21,000 samples, and we got 447 positive cases out of this. And out of the 447 cases, 318 cases cured and left the hospital. 316 cases cured well, and they discharged from the hospital. Unfortunately, 2 deaths happened. but our mortality rate, the fatality rate is 0.5% only, and most of the people cured. Now we have 2 cases severely infected in the hospital. One is a 4-month baby. We are trying to save that baby, but that baby have comorbidities. Even by birth itself, that baby have some heart problems and also some respiratory problems for that baby, and we don't know whether we can save or not. We are trying our best. And other infected person, he also have some comorbidities, and we are trying our best to save. All other patients are stable in hospital. We have 129 positive cases in hospital today. And we expected more persons if the
Right.
lockdown become if the central government withdraw the lockdown, so many peoples will uh, come back from the Gulf countries also. We are preparing for that. We are finding whether we have proper bed strength. We have now 1,60,000 beds in our custody in government sector and also in the private sector for Plan A. We have Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. And in Plan B, we are taking more and more facilities. Even some private hospitals which are not working nowadays, we are
Okay.
taking that hospitals
Ms.
also.
Shailja,
Yes.
ma'am, if I may just take it issue by issue, and the details that you've given of what you've done so far, and it's good to know you're also prepared if more people come back home from the Gulf as well. I wanted to ask you about what has changed on ground in the last few days. Some amount of relaxations have been brought in. Now, after the central government's intervention, Kerala government withdrew some of those relaxation. But do you think the state is ready to bring in more relief, more relaxation, ease of movement for people?
Yes, our Honorable Prime Minister said that not only life but livelihood also to be to be in our consideration. And that way, 2 districts we have at that time we have no positive cases, and that district we declared as green zone at that time, and we give some relaxations for agricultural works and other things. But we have to strengthen the stringent activities again. One or two cases reported from that district also, because the neighboring state have a high density of positive cases, especially Tamil Nadu and our Idiki districts, which we declared as green zone. We find that from Tamil Nadu, some people came there and they got infected, and we are taking stringent actions against that. And one more thing, for the personal hygiene, and for that we declared that some barber shops may be open with very precautionary measures, but central government said that it is too difficult to open barber shops at this period, and we closed that according to their instruction. That also we obeyed the central government. But wherever we lift some kind of stringent actions, there people are coming outside, and we have to again declare stringent activities or strict plans to make the people in their home.
Okay, the other big issue which is currently in news, Ms. Shailja, is about the system that was used, the software and app that was used to track, all those who are in isolation and quarantine and the suspects and with their health details. Now, a lot of questions are being raised on that deal with Sprinkler. Do you think the government rushed into striking that deal? In fact, could have got somebody, some Indian company to do it instead of a US company?
Yes, I think it is a conspiracy, political conspiracy against us. This is an important time. We all have to join together and work together. That's only for data analysis, and that if we have more cases than nowadays, we have to analyze the data properly. As you know, the Indian companies didn't have this facility to analyze this kind of all the details data, and we only seek the help to analyze the data. The IT department is saying so, and there is no problem in them. We didn't transfer any data to that company. If the cases become more, we want to analyze it properly for our best action. That's all. Nothing in that, I think so.
But can you assure the citizens today that that data is only and solely the government's property, that no third party will have access to it or can use that data?
Yeah, if we have had an agreement or MOU with anyone like that, we should have definitely a saving clause in that. Some kind of data saving part in each and every agreement. I think so.
Okay, let me ask you this, Ms. Shalja. Do you think that the Kerala state has managed to flatten the curve, and now you're well on your way of emerging out of this entire situation?
Yes, our aim is that all of us know that the virus, according to this virus, the flattening of the curve is the most important thing. And we cannot say that the virus will stop in 1 or 2 days. But flattening the curve is the most important thing. And from the previous day itself, we tried to flatten the curve, and I think we have some good result on that. Now the curve is flattened, the cases reporting is not very high, but the cases who are recovering and discharging from the hospital is a very good number. That way the curve is flattened, and we also started a campaign called Break the Chain campaign before 1 month. And the most important thing is to break the chain: hand washing, hand rub, and also keeping the social distance, etc. That is the most important thing. We are teaching the people to have this kind of health behaviors. And our not only health department, but also social justice department and other departments also have their involvements in the campaign, and even celebrities and others also took part in this campaign. They are taking part, and very good campaign on that. And people are now used to have using some mask when they are coming outside, and also hand wash with soaps, and that way we are breaking the chain also. That also helped us to flatten the curve.
Okay, the other part, and because you spoke about it initially in your first answer, Kerala as a state has a large percentage of population that's abroad. People who are waiting to come back home right now. And secondly, you're also a state that gets large number of tourists. What is the long-term strategy to ensure that as people come to the state of Kerala, we don't again get into a round of infection or a widespread level of infection?
Yes, that is the most important concern to us. We are working hard to receive our brothers and sisters who are coming back from other countries if they got a chance. But it is a very risky thing, and we planned like that. Even in the airports itself, we should have a very good vigilance on that, and we will arrange proper squads, proper screening methods in the airports itself. Without waiting in a long queue, they should be tested as early as possible. That is why we are training more squads to work in the airport for screening, and we are collecting more thermometers, etc. for that. We are getting ready for that, and after screening, we will send the symptomatic persons directly to hospital. And I previously said that we have more than 165,000 beds in medical colleges, district hospitals, and general hospitals, and other hospitals around, and we will admit them to the hospital. and the other persons we will send back to home quarantine. But our medical field workers and that ICDS project workers and police also will assist them, and they will watch them whether they are obeying quarantine or whether they are jumping. And
Okay.
if they jump the quarantine, we will take police case against them, and we will send that kind of people to the common quarantine place. Every planning is ready now.
Okay, okay. My last question, I know you are short on time, but Ms. Shelja, Kerala has got approval for plasma therapy trials. What is the development progress on that? Has that begun? Have you found patients who can be used?
Pardon?
The plasma therapy trials, I believe Kerala has the permission from the
Yes.
center to start trying
Yes.
those. What is the progress there?
Yes, our expert group is trying on it. They are doing experiments on it, and I think we have a very good progress on that. Our expert group is trying. Just started. I cannot say what is the result, and definitely we will try that thing in Kerala. Plasma test.
Okay, thank you so much, KK Shalaja, for joining us and speaking to the viewers of Mirror Now. All the best with the work that you're doing. Thank you for speaking with us.
Okay, thank you.